So the involvement with ALA wasn't really like a planned involvement. My predecessor, Jennifer Locke, left and moved to the state up north, and I accepted her behavioral support position. And leadership at that time, that's all they called it, was leadership, was kind of like a package deal. And so when we started talking about leadership, we developed an inner circle team, and a part of that inner circle team, I mean, we named the Academy for Leadership Abilities, and really didn't know where we were going to go with it. We just knew something had to happen. I think we're starting to see just a little bit of the ability that ALA has to change our county and our state and eventually our country and hopefully the world. What I envisioned at that time, I wasn't a very big picture thinker back then, and so I was trying to wrap my mind around, like, how are we going to get people to understand leadership? And it's so broad, and there's so many things already out there, and why can't we just pick up a book and just do it? And so when the inner circle team got together, I mean, we developed a very intense strategic plan, and that strategic plan kind of laid the foundation of David's dreams out in a map. And so we was able to take that, and that's when we was like, oh, hey, look, we have these people, and we can get this curriculum done, and we can build this beautiful masterpiece to help people start realizing to start living their dreams and changing their attitude and pushing forward. And so that's kind of where all that came about. So, and what do I see later? When people realize the best kept secret of ALA, everybody's going to want it. And so hopefully we're painting a clear enough picture, because it's simple. There's nothing complicated about it. It's not a very bureaucratic system. It's, you get the book, you read the book, you facilitate, and you have good conversations, and you build phenomenal relationships. So who knows, in a couple years, we might be traveling to another state.
That's right. I hope so.
The emphasis on leadership, but everything makes, with leadership, everything goes or it fails, right? And so we are raised in a society today where we are taught what to think, and we have no clue how to think. And so we realized that, Dave realized that years and years ago, and said, we're going to have to do something with this, because these kids are going to have to learn how to think. And so that really was the foundation of why we started to do what we do. And that's the why. I mean, you know, you talk about, everybody can say how to do something, you know how to make your bed, but why? Well, because if you're neat and you're orderly and you make your bed, everything else in your day starts to line up, right? And so one of our whys is so that these kids can learn how to think, so that we can start changing. So ALA is not just a class. And the reason that it's not just a class and it becomes a lifestyle, it becomes a way of life, it becomes who you want to be. And the basic reason is, and this is so simple, we're not geniuses, it's simple. If you help somebody else, you in turn feel better about the person you are. And so with ALA, we're putting people in a classroom that's never been in a classroom together before, you know, and they're developing relationships, and they're realizing, like, oh, I don't have to be afraid of you. You don't have to be afraid of me. And so they start helping each other, and when you help other people, your own self-respect goes up. So you realize, I'm not the dumb kid that everybody's told me that I am. And it doesn't matter if my parents have to be on JFS assistance, because when I grow up, I don't have to do that. And you learn that you don't have to be what other people think you are. And a lot of times in our society, I feel like we grow up and we live what other people decide we're going to live. And this changes all that. Everybody's on an equal playing field. You know, does some people have an advantage? Yes, but it's like that in everything. I mean, if not, you're not living in the United States, right? But this program teaches you to see how other people live, how other people think, how other people motivate other people, and when you start adding value to other people, the value that you get inside of you increases every positive trait and quality you have. You're not going to be able to facilitate ALA without changing your own life. It's impossible. So I used to, when integrity and ethics book first come out, I would bring the facilitator guide and the participant guide right out here to Broke, and I would set it to Tom Jenkins Dam, and I would be so frustrated at the things that I knew I could do that I wasn't doing. I mean, I went through that curriculum by myself, sitting in my car or on a picnic table or down by the rock, or really chewing on who do I want to become. And I think that piece is the reason why when you facilitate, it changes you. I mean, you can teach science in a school and not believe in what you're teaching. You know what I mean? Like, science teacher has to teach millions and millions of years ago. If that science teacher is a Christian, that's out the window, because Christian won't believe that the earth's been here a million years. But you can teach science and not believe in what you're teaching. You're not going to facilitate ALA without believing it and without being it, or those kids are going to call you out, and that would be embarrassing. And so it does change you. It changes how you feel about people. It changes your perspective on life. It changes your perspective on just about everything that we have going on. So that's the major contributing, like, that's your own self.